Howdy folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your host, the Mighty Bjorn, and today I have for you something a little bit different when it comes to Armored Warfare replays from me. This is a PvP random battle on Plantaran Nisa, and this is the M48A3 at Tier 2. And I'm sure puns will be made that, oh god, it's Bjorn playing a Tier 2 PvP battle. I want to throw out there, folks, before you decide to throw some insults or hate or whatever else you want to throw at me. I don't have patience to wait 3 minutes all the time for a battle, and that's how long it took to get this one. Also, the day I got this, Tier 2 had the best queue time, and it was only supposed to be 1 minute. Yeah. Anyway, folks, let's talk about some of the history and development of the M48 Patton here. The M48 Patton was an American first-generation main battle tank. It was first introduced in 1951 as a replacement for all M26, M46, M47, and M4 tanks currently in service at the time. This was around the Korean War period. Nearly 12,000 M48s were built over its history, most of those by Chrysler and Alco. From 1952 to 1961. The M48 Patton underwent many design modifications and improvements over its production life. The early designs up to M48A2C were powered by a gasoline AV-17-2 air-cooled engine, producing 650 horsepower. However, the M48A3 features a more powerful and more reliable Continental AVDS 1790-2 V12 twin-turbo diesel engine that produced 750 horsepower. The new engine was the primary upgrade for the M48A3, and over time, all M48A1s and A2s would be upgraded to M48A3 standard. This series would feature a 90mm M3A1 rifled gun on the M48 and M48A1. That was actually the 90mm gun that was on the M46 Patton, as well as the M47 Patton. And the M3 gun would actually start its service during World War II on the M36 Jackson. The M48A2 and M48A3 would feature the new 90mm M41 main gun, and finally the M48A5 would feature the M68 105mm rifled gun. Now, the M68 gun is a license-built copy of the British L7A1 105mm rifled gun, which was popular amongst the NATO countries at the time. All M48s would have a pintle-mounted M250 caliber machine gun, and they would also mount an M73 30 caliber machine gun. The M73 was mounted coaxial to the main gun. The M48 was constructed out of an all-steel construction. It used a combination of various weldings and castings to create the M48. A torsion bar suspension was used for the vehicle. It has 6 road wheels and 5 return rollers, with the idler wheel at the front and the drive sprocket at the rear. The first, second, 6th road wheels also featured a shock absorber. The shocks helped with smoothing the ride and keeping the tank stable when the main gun is fired. Some M48s also has a track tensioner. This small idle wheel is mounted between the 6th road wheel and drive sprocket. The tensioner is mounted on a spring-loaded arm to help keep the track tensioned when crossing rough terrain. However, this is a throwback to the M46 and M47 and would not appear on later models of the M48. The M48 would go on to see extensive service in Vietnam, with the U.S. deploying over 600 M48A3s alone. Towards the end of the war, the U.S. would supply Vietnam with M48 tanks in the later years of the war. It is noted that the M48 and the Australian Centurions that were also in Vietnam were the only vehicles noted for providing adequate anti-tank mine protection from the mines that the NVA was using. The M48 performed admirably with the U.S. troops, and even though the vehicle was primarily used for infantry support, the vehicle also performed very well for ARVN troops, being credited for taking out T-34s and T-55s with ease, but ARVN troops would only slow the advance of the NVA, as ARVN troops would slowly run out of fuel and munitions for their M48s. The Vietnam War would end in 1975. And there we go. There's the win, folks. Very short replay. I actually still have more information to throw at you here. And we'll pull up the results. And I'll throw out a little bit. It's just a little couple more snippets, and then I'll go over the results. The M48 would see service in the Indo-Pakistani Wars, various wars in the Middle East, and combat in Africa as well. Past users of the M48 is Belgium, Brazil, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Norway, Pakistan, South Vietnam, West Germany, and the U.S., to name a few. That's not even all the users. The M48 is still in service with Greece, Iran, South Korea, Lebanon, Morocco, Taiwan, Thailand, Turkey, Germany, and Poland. Mostly as specialized vehicles. There's not really many more M48 gun tanks still in service. Anyway, so here we go. Let's go over the results. This would be, I think, my first PvP match in maybe 2 to 3 months. Which, as I've said before, I don't get to play PvP very often because, sorry folks, I don't have the patience to wait 3 minutes for a battle. If it takes more than a minute, it's too long. I did 4,649 damage. I spotted 0 enemy vehicles. Generally speaking, I let my light tanks, the T-92s, since there were so many of them, do the spotting for me. And then I destroyed 5 enemy vehicles. Said and done, between the 19 other players, I would be top damage overall, not just top damage on my team. But so there you go. There's the results, and it even highlights who I killed. So yeah, there you go, folks. That's the end of it. That's the end of the replay. That is the M48A3 Patton. Hopefully you enjoyed the replay, and I'll keep on trying to get some PvP replays in the future, but they're probably going to be few and far between, seeing those queue times and when I get to typically play. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the replay, the rare PvP replay. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you for the next video.